Roll. Bangalore has changed. All I see are these hoardings everywhere. This assured returns, buy this house, beautiful house, ye ghar le lo. And the FOMO, I could just smell it in the air. Because if you're not buying the home, then maybe you're being left behind. But you know, behind all this hype, there are a bunch of things people just don't know because you are probably a first-time buyer. And the nuances is what you need to understand, not just this dream of buying the home. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 things. 1, the total cost it actually costs to buy a 1 BHK, 2 BHK, 3 BHK. And I'm not talking about the base price, the interest, and the taxes. It's a lot more than that. Second, 3 things everyone should know, and these 3 numbers you should know. I asked around the office, and people in our own office, as usual, didn't know. So I'm guessing you need these 3 things as well. And number 3, what's the ROI on a home investment? And I'm going to give you a calculator. But you have to make sure that you change all of the assumptions we have baked in it because everyone's situation is different. And of course, this is not Bangalore specific. You can do this for Delhi, for Mumbai, wherever you stay in the country, this template will actually work.
First comes the cost. ये सबसे बड़ा झूठ है. When you see that dream home, Mama Papa says, "Beta, बहुत काम कर लिया है. Now you must buy a home."
Correct? इसमें एक problem है. And the problem is very simple. When the builder says the cost is 1.5 crore, sir, it's not totally true. So, can I get the... Okay. So let's add that to our Excel sheet. Here is how this 1.5 crores that they've told you, or whatever price they've told you, actually not correct. First is the base amount. The 1.5 crores, this is fine. इसके ऊपर लगता है stamp duty. To make this transaction legal, the government will have to charge you a certain amount. So below 45 lakhs is a little less, but above 45 lakhs is about 5% for Bangalore. For wherever you live, it will be different, but stamp duty तो देना पड़ेगा. This is also a cost. Then we have a registration fee, which is 1 to 2%. Then we have surcharge and cess on the stamp. And if it's an under construction apartment, आपको देना पड़ेगा GST. That's right. You will pay GST on an under construction home because it's under construction. So this 1.5 crores we started with has now come to 1.68 crores. It's almost 1.69 crores. My point is, a lot of you will say, यार कोई 1.5 crore खर्च रहा है. एक extra इतना कुछ हो गया तो how does it matter? It matters because all of this cost compounds and you want to know the cost. A lot of you people are trying to edit this sheet. मेरे को बात बताओ. If everyone's editing the same sheet, how is it your sheet? It's not right, so go to File, make a copy, make a new sheet and use that sheet. You know why we're buying the home? We're buying home because mom said so. Actually, because all those film stars said so. मेरे पास रोटी, कपड़ा, मकान, सब कुछ तो है, गाड़ी, बंगला. Culture has taught us कि गाड़ी और मकान तो चाहिए. And that's the symbolism that you've arrived. Now, I'm not saying that's wrong, but उस बंगले में आपको रहना है. And if you have to stay in that house, then you can't just pay for the house. You have to pay for other things to live in that house. First, you have something called Advance Annual Maintenance Charge.
ये क्या है?
Okay, so they did their research and basically you will pay a 1-year advance to the builder based on all these calculations here. Different from builder to builder, but this amount is paid. So this comes out to 65,000 rupees. Now remember, this may or may not be true for you and the number may be different, so please change it according to what it is. And if you don't know this amount, that's the trick. Ask the builder. Next, we have water and electricity connection charges. There could be a security deposit in this. There has to be some advance maybe in this. So we've taken some nominal figures, 20,000 rupees each for water and electricity. Then there is a corpus fund. Very simply put, the place you're going to has an RWA. The RWA needs money to continue to make the society function or just take care for maintenance. So they take an advance from everyone entering the place. And that is an expense for you as well, maintenance. But you're paying in advance. So here we have assumed 1 lakh rupees and all these costs add up. Ideally what you want to do is कि जब घर खरीद लिया लगा अरे वाह ये तो सेविंग हो गई. ये कभी नहीं होता. Everyone who buys a house says कि बजट से ऊपर है. So we are trying that you're pleasantly surprised कि कम हो गया. That's better planning, right? Let's keep going. Then once you enter your beautiful bungalow or flat, you realize यहाँ तो सोफा नहीं है और woodwork भी नहीं है. So let's add the cost of interior design. So interior design and cost, this for 2 BHK, let's assume 6 lakh rupees, add some GST and it's a magical 7 lakh रुपए. तो अब ये है मजेदार बात. Now that we add all of this up, our 1.5 crore home is actually now 1.8 crores. See, this is the problem. It's expectation versus reality. If you expected to spend 1.5 but are spending 1.8 and you thought 1.5 was expensive, can you imagine the stress? This is why I say buying a home is stressful, but I don't want you to be stressed. So 01 has a very simple stance. Whether you buy the home or not is yours, and you should buy a home. सबको घर की जरूरत है, you should buy the home. Always saying is you should know what the cost is. If you know the cost, you'll be pleasantly surprised अगर कहीं पैसे बच जाए. Makes sense, right? Thank you. We'll move forward. So apart from affordability, you also need to do चैन की नींद वाला hygiene check. Three hygiene checks over here. We'll go through them one by one. First is the breathability test. Try to make sure all of your EMIs combined, all of your obligations is 30% or less. Now, there is no such rule, but I think the lower this is, the more peace of mind you'll have in the future. I know what you're thinking. Salary बढ़ जाएगी, सब manage हो जाएगा. Don't worry, अभी कर लो. No, do not do that. Now, rule number 2, the value filter. You know when your friend goes to buy a car and then उसका एक दोस्त बोलता है भाई इतना ही डाल रहा है 2 लाख करके तो इतनी बड़ी गाड़ी ले ले अब इतना ही पैसे खर्च रहा है तो 2 लाख लेके टॉप मॉडल ले ले and your initial budget goes from this to a lot. The same thing happens in homes. Remember, the home, just like a car and a lot of other purchases, is an emotional purchase. So a lot of people who start off with a 1 crore home end up buying a 2 crore home. इतना कर रहे हैं तो थोड़ा और कर लेते हैं and let's buy the best house we can. And I understand that emotion, but the problem is that you can't afford it. So, very simply put, whatever is your annual income, multiply that by 5. Try not to go above it. Because EMIs in the first rule and all, you can adjust with tenure and a bunch of other things. And some of you will cheat and spend more than 30% of your entire salary on EMIs. But this don't do. And then we have rule number 3, which is the Swan Fund or sleep well at night. Very simply put, when you want to buy your home, you're going to drain every single rupee. So you can make the basic payment to get that home, the down payment, the registration fee, the stamp duty, all of that. You had this conversation with your family कि हाँ वहाँ पे ये पड़ा है, यहाँ पे ये पड़ा है, इसको बेच देंगे and then घर खरीद लेंगे. I know that feels exciting. Don't do that. So far we've done 2 things. First, we found out the actual cost. Here it is. Second, we did an audit to see whether we can afford it or not. Now we're ready to sign the deal, right? So let's suppose you bought a house for 1 crore and then you sell it for 1.5 crores. What's the profit? Write down your answer and we'll revisit it whether it was correct or not. So my question is, what was the net earning of the person whose house value doubled? This Excel sheet actually shows it. First, we'll assume the loan amount is 1.2 crore rupees and 1200 square feet apartment under construction. Rate of interest is 8%. And we assume you bought it for 1.5, sold it at 3 crores, double, in just 10 years. These are all variables. You can change these numbers. So let's see what it looks like. The selling price is 3 crores, purchase price is 1.5. When you sell it for 3 crores, you will pay a capital gains tax. So जो भी profit है, उस पे 12.5% is what you'll pay. That is 18.75 lakhs. So you'll receive basically 2.81 lakhs. Now, apart from this, there will be other transactional costs to enable this transaction to happen. There is brokerage, there is society transfer fees, there is legal and documentation fees. I'm sure there are other chutka-putka fees as well. You can add that, but basically they should cover it. Then comes the largest fee you probably did not assume is actually a cost. You see, the house did not cost 1.5 crores. It cost 1.5 crores plus the interest that you paid to the bank. So that is about 83 lakhs 17,612. ये भी cost है. That means the cost was not 1.5 crores. It was 1.5 crores plus 83 lakhs, which is about 2.2 crores roughly. So the jump is from 2.2 all the way to 3, and the costs that were in the middle. The net value received post-interest after removing the interest cost is 44 lakhs 57,000. I'll say this again. 44 lakhs 57,000 was your net amount you made after you adjusted everything else. People do not say this number because वो receive नहीं करते हैं 44 lakhs. They've already paid the interest in the EMI and they don't realize it. They will receive
2.7 crores.
So they'll say, यार 1.3 crores के आसपास आ गया है, बाकी का cost हो गया था. I doubled my money. This is actually a misrepresentation of the facts. The fact is you paid a lot in interest and that is part of the cost. So next time when you hear someone saying कि यार घर double हो गया, no one knows how much profit this person has made. I have friends who've bought the entire house outright. I have friends who inherited homes and sold them at 10 times the value and they kept everything. I also have friends who've taken massive loans on these houses and even if it doubles, their net gain is not too much. You see what I'm saying? No one knows the future. No one knows how someone is doing better. Remember, the grass is always greener on the other side because it's fertilized with bullshit. So never give in to any FOMO ever कि यार they are doing so well, मुझे भी घर खरीदना है. That's not the reason to buy a home. 1, get your shit together and make sure you understand what it costs to buy the home. All these 3 steps. And second, you buy only because you think it's the right time to buy. Do not overextend yourself. If you have a story, we'd love to hear it in the comments. Tell us, we love hearing these stories. And that's how we measure success, whether 01 is helping in financial literacy or not.